Follow the channel and stay tuned for learning videos.
Sharing my screen, do you see?
Yes.
So yesterday what we have seen, we just see the navigation of the sitemap, how it will be, what will be there in the Copilot service workspace. We just created one case, normal case, and we were seeing like what is form, what is record, what is tab section, like that, right? So today we will be seeing more deeper. Okay. Now for that one, see whatever you are doing, the case related stuff that we were doing here in the Copilot workspace yesterday. So to support the entire case life cycle, there we will have one app actually to monitor, to administrate it. So that is the Copilot Service Admin Center app. If you see, this is the Copilot Service workspace, right? So to run this app, the configuration, whatever we need, we will be doing it in the Copilot Service Admin Center. So basically, Admin Center, what does it mean? We will be, they will be deciding what to do, how to do everything, right? So in the Admin Center, the service related configurations, everything will be maintained here, configured here. Okay. Now, if you see, yesterday we have seen when we are talking about customer service life cycle, we have seen multiple channels, right? So that is like this. So user may have reach out to the customer service through multiple channels. So to support all these channels, somewhere we should configure, right? So the configuration, if you see admin center, you will have channels. So if you come here, manage channel, change the support channels that customer service representative can use to engage with customers. So like this, here like this, email will be default. Other than email, the rest of the channels, if you want to configure, you have to enable them here. If you want to enable voice, you have to enable voice. If you want to enable them for chat, you have to enable for chat, like that. Okay. So this is about other than all channels except email. So how email channel works in the CRM means, so we will have a mailbox concept in the Dynamic 365 CRM. So what does that mean? So whenever you customer sent any email to particular email, that will land in as a email record here in the CRM. So let's see how it will be. So for that one, in the Copilot service or customer service workspace, we will have one email messages table. We see this is the email message table. Right now, I don't have any received emails. All emails also 0 because I didn't configure any mailbox yet. But in the real time scenario, for every business, there could be one mailbox or multiple mailboxes. Okay, so they will be using that for communication. Suppose if you see for any customer service, you see they will have a dedicated mailbox like customer service at flipkart.com, CC care, like that. They will have multiple, right? Every company try to have their own customer service alias that will be mail, where it has a mailbox and it will monitor. So coming to the CRM, why do we need mailbox? So when we are talking about mails, customer send an email to the specified email address, right? So that email address should be landed in the CRM to work to know the agent issue, what is the customer issue, to work agent on it. They need the information, right? What are the information they specified in the mail? So for that purpose, we need that mail in the CRM, right? So whenever we use mailbox in the customer service, the email, whatever the customer sent the email, that will be landed to the CRM. So for that purpose, if you see, we are into Copilot Search Space, the backend channel enablement we will be doing with admin center. Now we are opening one more environment, Power Platform environment setting, one more app. So if you could see this from here as well. Power Platform environment setting, both are same actually. So when you open this one, what is this app? In this app, you can monitor, you can configure all environment related settings. Now, what I need a mailbox for this environment. Means whenever customer send an email, that mail I need to be landed in this environment. So that is my requirement, right? So that is the environment kind of environment level change. That's why I came to Power Platform environment settings. So here you will be doing all environment related configuration settings, everything. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to enable the mailbox, right? So for that one, you will be having the service management. In the service management, you will be having everything. Queues, you will be having routing rules, subjects, everything. Okay. Let me open queues. So one more thing. So when we are talking about service management, here you will have the queues. Queues means basically placeholder for the team. Suppose you have multiple under your customer service, you have multiple teams. So to assign the cases to each team, you should have a placeholder, right? Basically, queue is like a placeholder. So whenever case comes, it will landed in the queue. From the once it is landed in the queue, the person queue members will be there. So one of them will be pick the case and they will work on it. Okay. So to configure queues, first we should have a mailbox, right? So for the mailbox, we will be having it from business management once. One second. We have email configuration separate. So in this email configuration, you will have the mailbox. So you will have server profile, mailbox, everything. So why do we need all this? Because you are sending an email to normal Outlook or Gmails, whatever it is. But that should be landed in the CRM, right? So for that purpose, you should have a server profile. In this server profile, you will be mentioning what is the sync process, what is the sync time, everything. If you see, let it open. So if you see Microsoft Exchange Online, by default this will be the active because we are on the Microsoft account and we are using Microsoft as a default, right? So by default we will be having the Exchange Online, Microsoft Exchange Online. So what does it mean? Whenever you send a mail to Microsoft alias the whatever the email you are using, that will be having backend and Exchange. So that will be help you to sync those email to the CRM. If you want to create your own server profiles, you can be create from here. You will be defining the server types, Exchange on server, Exchange on Gmail. Like if you want to configure for Gmail, for your suppose for your business you are using Gmail. If you want to configure Gmail, you will be using Gmail, and you will be selecting the all the stuff other thing Gmail what few use for other IMAP. You will be selecting the other details for this. So like this, we will be setting up the server profile. Now coming to the mailbox, here we will be defining configuring the mailbox. If you see, this is my login account and here it has one mailbox. So whenever you open this one, here it will be having the information. So what is the incoming email status? What is the outgoing email status? What should be synced? What should be mailbox text completed? So like this, we will come here and we will configure it, we will activate this. once we activate the mailbox, we need to test and enable. So from here, we will be doing test and enable. Process email from today's date. If you want to process emails from some previous date, you can pick them. You can pick them as well. Okay, like this. So I'm selecting this and clicking on enable. So once you enabled, as we are into trial account, we should have a active server profile, right? So trial accounts won't we have the server profiles, but in the actual production scenarios or development purpose, the dev teams will be creating the actual aliases which has a valid license. We are on the trial license, right? So if we if you see test and enable field because the provided process email is older than process email, if you select current date also, it will fail. Test and enable because the is not enabled connectivity Microsoft 360. This can occur if the mailbox doesn't have an external license. We don't have any have for this alias. We don't have the license, right? That's why it's failing. But in the real-time projects, how they will do? They will be creating a alias. For that, they will be enabling the mailbox. So whenever they are enabling the mailbox, they will have a valid license, right? So they will come here. They will set up the incoming everything, and they will do the test and enable. So once they do the test and enable, what will happen? Whenever they send a email, right? The email will be come to the email messages table. Okay.
It will reflect to CRM, right?
Yes, automatically it will sync. So
Mm.
customer agent can respond from here itself within CRM. You don't need to go
Okay.
to that mailbox. So whatever the operations you want to do, they can do within the CRM. So what can we say indirectly? The mailboxes are syncing to the CRM. He will be working from CRM itself. Okay. Here you could see the
Okay.
activity.
So our job is to create a mailbox.
Yes, we should have a mailbox. We should configure to sync the emails.
Okay. Mm.
That's how we will manage. Now, this is
Who
about,
will provide email
yeah.
details, bro? Who will provide these details, email details, email,
So for
my
business, what we
email?
provide, you have to use so and so
Okay.
business
Okay.
address to configure
Mm.
my customer service.
Mm.
So that
Mm.
customer, that alias you will be mentioning here. If you see here, what is the email address?
Okay.
So right now, this is the
Okay.
trial means I am using trial. Trial won't have the active license, right? But in general, whatever you have, that email address will have active license. So whenever you are doing
Mm-hmm.
enable, that will be work. So when you do actually behind the scenes, we should raise a server side sync request to sync the
Mm.
email from Exchange to CRM. Okay.
Okay.
So that is I will tell that as well. So like this, we will be configuring the mailbox. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Any questions, Sanjay?
No, no worries.
Mm. Now coming back to no, like this emails will be landed. So if you create it manually also, it will be seen in the email page who sent the email, who for which alias he sent. Like that we will have the info. Let me create some sample email so you will understand more. So let's assume one of the person sent an email to this mailbox. So so in this record you will have every information. What is the subject they sent? Issue with app library. So here they will give the more information. Generally, like this only we will reach, right? We will have some subject and we will enable login to, and they will send some screenshots as well, right? So like this, Suppose they are sending. So once they send, what will happen? It will be landed in the CRM. So now what we need to do, this is just email. They sent an email to the mailbox. That mail is landed to the CRM. Now what we need to do, we need to convert this into case. Why? It has to assign to some agent. The agent has to work on it, right? So if you mail lands in the CRM, they don't know, right? What should I do? What should they do? That's why we will have the email to case conversion rule setup. So if you see in the service admin center, you have one more setting called case settings. So here you will be having the automatic record creation and update rules. So here it will define what you need to do whenever a email comes, what you need to do whenever a email lands in the CRM. Okay, if you see rule name, so email to case. Here if you see track a queue, single queue, track many queue. So single queue, many queue means if you have a single email addresses, single mailbox, you will be having the single queue. If you have multiple, you will be using multiple. So if you see activity type to monitor. So if you want to create a case whenever email lands, if you want to create a whenever appointment, whenever Copilot transfer, like that we will have too many. So for now, let's use email only. Queues to monitor. So here we need to look on the mailbox one. So for every mailbox there will be queue, there will be a specific queue will be there. Okay. If you see here, incoming mailbox, you can come reverse as well. Business management, queues, LT admin. Like incoming email, whatever the alias we are going to use for mailbox, we have to use the same one here. So email setting, mailbox. If you see here, we need to mention the mailbox. Ideally, if you have a proper valid one, the mailbox will be automatically created. Okay. If you see here under email settings, the mailbox is filled. If you go here, automatically it will open the whatever I have edited earlier. Okay. So like this, for every queue, there will be a mailbox will be there. For every mailbox, there will be a queue will be there. It's a vice versa. Now, what we are saying in the admin center, we are looking for configuration. Whenever emails lands, you want to create a case. So you came to case settings, you came to record creation update tool. So here activate type to monitor. So here you will be having email, and here you will be having the queues to monitor. So I will be selecting my LTQ, this one. Automatically reply to mail. So suppose if you want to send acknowledgement email automatically, you will be mentioning acknowledge email. Okay. So here, if you want to use any template, you will be using the template. So like this, you will be creating. So as it is a trial environment, I can't explain clearly. But if you have even some, if you are into real time projects, if you have Copilot server space, you can just configure or check all these settings again in the valid accounts. Then you can understand more. Okay. Now here, once we created it, here we will have the advanced options. What you want to do. Allow emails from senders, require a valid entitlement. Like this, we'll have the settings. Now, if you come back to basics, here you want to do what to do. You want to once email is created. So here we want to create a case, right? So conditions make email to case conversion to record to create case automatically. I'm just clicking on save. Now if you see, whenever you open record to case conversion, automatically configuring Microsoft Power Automate. So there is a out of the box Power Automate flow is there, which converts the case to email to case. So if you click on this link, it is opening in this Power Automate, make.power automate. Here you could see the configuration for that, how it is being converting. So it is landed in my environment. New day, you can reload the page. See, ARC, automatic record creation, email to case. As I'm opening for first time, we have to sign in. So you see, when an incoming triggers modified email messages scope, then run as modifies identify the email sender, customer email sender. Like this, it will do all validation. You don't need anything. It will be there existing only. So at the end, what is it is doing? Create a record. What record it is creating? Case record is creating with the subject from email, trigger body. What is our trigger body? Email, right? So whatever the email subject you have, same you will be having, and it will be creating. So connecting record to the monitor, like this we are doing. Any questions here? These are little important when you explain customers. When you add customer service in resume, they will ask all this question. What you will do in the automatic ARC? What they might use shortcuts even ARC. You should understand automatic record creation. What you will do in the email to case conversion flow. Are you using out of the box one or did you have a customer? Like that, they will have a number of questions. So you should, if you have a proper answer, then only you should be able to understand. So having not, if you have knowledge, you can beat the interviews, you can beat the project. But if you have 50-50, obviously it will end up in the mess only. Okay, you always try to be survived. You need to be survived. You have to think about always survival. Suppose if you learn it, you will be you can be master of it. I'm just starting on this flow. So let me create a new email. I don't think that will work because we are creating manually, right? So coming back to mailbox, here I'm just creating one more email. Clicking on new email do we have? Let me go back. Email messages. Creating a new email. So let me put some customer here, actual mailbox one. The subject, whatever the subject, issue with app login. App login credentials expired. It could be anything, or renew my subscription, or something else. If it is a if the issue is product, they will be giving the product name and everything, right? Unable to use the app, like that. They will have records. They may attach the screenshot. If they attach the screenshot, they will be providing. Okay, now I'm just saving on it. So what will happen? A new email is created. What should happen, as we have a email to case conversion rule and we have a Power Automate, right? So as per it, what should happen? It has to trigger the Power Automate flow, right? Let's see whether it is triggered or not. Before that, I just want to see whether we enable this ARC automatic. See, we haven't activated it. So it is in the draft status. Record creation email to case is draft. So you have to activate it to trigger the Power Automate flow and to ARC. I need to create a email again because okay, we have already. We have to. I will be deleting one. So to delete or do any operations here, you have to deactivate this record creation. So if you go here, email to case, this is using same Power Automate. As we have duplicate, I'm just deleting this. Now activating it again. Now it is active, Power Automate also active, right? Now I can test the scenario. So for that, I will create one more email messages. I'm selecting customer release. Giving the same thing. Save. So what should happen now? It should trigger this email to case record creation rule. This record will have the Power Automate for trigger condition, right? So it has to trigger this one. Now if you come here, Power Automate flow, let's see whether is it hitting or not. So what are the conditions we have in the email? So the table is email messages. We need to see what are the columns there. See, if you see this is running on the email messages, whenever it is modified, it will be triggered. Organization, select column is import sequence number. So when you have import sequence number, then it should trigger, right? So how do you know whether we have email message import sequence there or not for the email message? If you click on this one, it will log in. It will show entire emails, right? So import sequence is nothing but a column. So you have to come here. You need to see whether you have an import sequence number or not. Let me add all columns. Number. So I just want to have the display name for this one, right? So I will just search it in Google. So try to use always this AI modes, whether it is in a ChatGPT or anything in it, everywhere. So to give the best results and to habituate to the real time, because everyone is using AI in the day-to-day development work activities. So while developing for anything, also try to use this agentic modes. What is the display name of this given column? Let me copy this. In Dynamics 365 CRM, customer service CRM. Like that, you need to give the proper details, then only it will work. If you give 50-50 details, the response will be also 50% related to your question, 50% related to like that custom import sequence number. It set the kind of to specify data import migration. This by default, this field is not visible by the forms chant. However, it can be added used to use it in advanced queries, sort filter records based upon the input order. But we are not able to see this field. Let me see whether it is triggered or not. So it's not triggered yet. So what I will do, so here you have the select columns as this number. That's why it is skipping, because you don't know whether the import sequence number is there or not. So I'm just removing the import sequence number and resaving the flow. So what will happen whenever you modify the email message, it will come to here. And one more error we're getting. The Power Automate flow, it's a Power Automate. See, we should create a trial account for Power Automate as well. So like this, you will be having a lot of configurations, things behind the scenes. Okay. Now let me modify the email message to trigger it again. I'm just opening this. I'm changing the subject. It is triggered. Email message is updated, it is triggered. So in this, it is showed cancelled because it could be because of improper mailbox or whatever the reason. Because we don't have the actual thing, right? Identify the email sender. It will identify the customer variables output. Value is null. Why value is null? If you go to the record, if you open this one, do we have email for this user? LUT practice. We have primary email is there. Then is this sender a contact or account? None of them, right? This is a user actually. Ideally, if you have a contact, that will work. Let us try like that. So yesterday we just created one sample contact, right? Similarly, today we will be creating one more contact to make this proper setup. Creating one more contact with email address. So these things you have to try. So then only you will know. Last name is required. I just created a new contact. What I will do, instead of my user login, here I will be selecting the contact now in all emails. Today, right? I will be changing the from address. I'm just roaming. Sorry. I have to click on this close. You need to click on this close symbol to remove it. You have to select the LUT3. That should be from a contact, right? So here, you come here, we are not showing by default. So select it again. So I'm just from today. I don't think this also it will work, but at least you are understanding the four, right? So as you have the email to case conversion and you have the Power Automate, that is triggering. So in the ideal scenario, this will work as is without any issues. As we don't have a proper license, proper setup, it is failing. But what should I conclude? What should I want to conclude here? To convert email to case, we should have a mailbox and queues. So this mailbox and queues will be monitored by ARC rule. In the ARC rule, we will be having the Power Automate to convert to case. So in actual real-time projects, what they'll do, they will have a proper alias, customer service alias, customer support alias, you can say. So for that, they will enable mailbox. Once they enable the mailbox, queue will be created, right? So once queue will be created, they will come to ARC and they will set up this queue, which queue they want to monitor, everything. So ARC configuration will be next step. Then Power Automate for email to case. That is out of the box only. So like this, we will be doing the email to case conversion. So this is one of the scenario. Suppose if you want to have manual case. So yesterday we created some manual cases, right? Directly from Hindu UI. So that is the one of the way. So user will be creating the manual case. Users means agents directly create. So they might be reached with some phone call. If you don't have the automatic conversion record, they can be creating manual. So sometimes what they will say, I'm creating one more ticket to assist you more, like that they will say, right? So what does that mean? They will be creating the ticket manually. So at that time they will be selecting the appropriate channel, whatever they mentioned. Okay. So like yesterday we have seen that how to create a manual case. So this is the one of the process. Let's go back to service admin center. We need to explore what we have. So we have seen what is there in the channels, how we will enable it. So similarly, we seen case settings, what we will configure, what to do everything. The next big piece here is routing. So here in the Copilot Admin Center, you will be having the unified routing concept. So with this unified routing concept, what we will do, so in general, there will be n number of customers sends an email, right? Assume. So that has to assign some agent to work on it. So we can't do manually that activity, right? So routing is basically assigning the work to agents. If we have this managed unified routing setup, what it will do, whenever case is created, it will be automatically assigned to the respective agent. If it is a technical issue, it will be assigned to the technical agent. If it is a functional issue, it will be assigned to the functional agent. If it is some external thing like that, based upon the configuration setup, everything, it will be routed. Routing means directing, right? So the case, you are directing the case. Okay. Now I don't you manage unified routing. Why you are not able to? Let, let me see the issue. So whenever if you want to see any issue from this thing, you will be using the developer tools. I will explain more while working with actual records and thing. So I will just reload this page to see the issue. Why I am not able to see that enabling option. Manage routing is loaded. So I will come to see. So these many calls are happening when you just refresh the page. You need to understand that. Okay. Now what we are trying to do, we want to see a unified routing, right? Now enable unified routing. Do we find anything with this? See, failed. Why it's failed? Response payload control. Like this is failing. So like this, you can see the information. Provisional headers are shown. How does this? Payload, setting type, preview response. The resource doesn't exist in the server. Internal server error. So like this, we can check the logs behind the scenes, what is happening for my CRM, if you want to see anything. I think if we need... so this has to be enabled to explain more further, but I will try to see if I can do it again for with some other way. So basically, why do we need unified routing? To support automatic case assignment, case routing, we will be using unified routing. Okay, so in the unified routing, there will be a number of stages. I will explain that today. Automatic case assignment, case routing for now. So the first step will be, it should create a case, right? So with ARC, you will be doing email to case. Okay. Next, once case is created, what you need to do, you need to identify for which issue it is related, everything, right? So like that, you need to understood. So for that one, we will be having the work streams. So in the work streams, what you will do, you will configure for what email address you have to look on it, for what, which kind of cases you need to look on. So basically, work stream is like a type of work. So whether you have to convert case to, you have to assign case to some other person, other whether you have to assign appointment to some other person, like that. Next, we will have the classification rules. So here we will be doing the classification some based upon the agent. Suppose if you have different streams in your service, like a technical service, a functional service, like that. So those kind of classification we will be doing at this classification rules layer. And the next thing is routing. So here you will be assigning the cases to agent. So agent will work on the cases and if they will close. Do you understand the process high level? Do you?
Yes, Harishwar. Still
So I will.
some confusion is there, but
I thought of it will be, I can enable directly. That's why I haven't enabled earlier. I will try to see that. But the basic concept is like this only. So with ARC, you will be converting email to case. Once email case is converted, workstream will be triggered. In this workstream trigger, you will be identifying what should happen next, for which queue it has to route. Once you decide the queue, in the queue level, we will be doing the classification rule. In the classification, we will identify the settings, whether it could be the technical or it could be the functional or it could be product related or it could be service related. Like that, we will decide. Like that, we can have the configuration. Then the next step is routing. So in the routing step, for each technical, we will have 5 teams. Functional, we have 5 teams. Within the 5 teams, it has to be assigned to single person, right? So that will happen in the routing level. So the so here we will mention for which agent who has the bandwidth, who is in the shift, who is available now, because everyone won't available all the time, right? So Kasim is in shift now. So as he is in the shift timings, a new case is created. The case will be assigned to him only, like that. So like that we will configure. Suppose if he's on the move, it will pass into the next person, next available person, like that. The everything setup we will be doing like that. Okay. So at the end, once agent is assigned, case is assigned to the agent, he will work on the thing. What has the resolution steps he has to follow. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, if I try to enable, I will enable. and I will tell this process in the real time. We are just, even we are unable to clear from Power Automate flow also, I will try to fix this as well. So once this is, if we have make it in a proper shape, we can explain easily. Okay. Any questions? Anything till now?
I don't have anything, Harish.
So the one quick thing. So this unified routing is a new concept. If you say you worked on the unified routing for customer service, they feel like privileged. Privileged means you are up to date in this module. Like that, they can consider. So for the resume preparation also, I will give a project which will be using this unified routing concept. The everything customer service work on this routing agent. So you can use this concept for the interviews. So it's not about simply listening. So try to learn about unified routing more and more with Microsoft documents, get the understanding. Every document, if you go through, also at the end you will be. This is the conclusion, single line, if you want to say. So if you have proper understanding, you can explain more in the real time, right? So that will be easy for us to get a job. Now, if you see, you have in the left side navigation, you have we just seen channels and case settings also. You will have routing sections where you can see the management unified routing rule sets. Here you will have the agentic routing. I was saying right, everywhere we have agent now, we can include AI in the CRM development, even development and for the end users as well. So we need to leverage everything. So here you have the customer settings. So these are the, so every try to, we have too many things in the admin center. So whatever you configure here in the admin center, that will impact this corporate workspace, the behavior of it, because this is a kind of a settings. In the mobile we will have a settings app, right? In the settings app, from setting up we will control the screensaver, we will control the ringtone, everything. Similarly, for the Copilot service workspace app, this admin center is a kind of a settings. So whatever you do here, everything that will be impacted the this behavior of this app. So this is a central configuration. You can see it. Okay. So just explore this navigation, what we have, what you mean by email. Suppose if you click on here, email management is there. If you click on this learn more, you will be having the link, Microsoft link. It will clearly say what it is doing, what is the purpose of it. Suppose we are not able to getting with this, copy this URL, come to Google, click on here, you will have LLM, put this URL, create a new notebook, put this one, it will read it for you. So now ask the questions, what you haven't understood. I am new to Dynamic CRM. Explain in layman terms. If you say this also, it will read this your document, whatever the, so in simple term, Dynamics 365 is a set of quality agent. What the system, the quality agent which acts like an automated super assistant for the customer service. So now for the, like if for this also, if you don't understood, again you can ask some question, it will give the answers. Otherwise you can ask for give me one liner summary for interviews. So for that also, it will give a, the quality agent is a AI-driven tool, Dynamics 365, that automates the scoring and summarization of the customer interactions like this. So like this, not only for this Microsoft links, you can upload any G Drive link, or you can upload any document, add source. You can drop my notes, whatever I'm giving you, right? You can drop it and you can ask questions. So try to use AI everywhere to reduce the efforts. Don't simply blindly follow the legacy practices. Okay. include AI everywhere. So if you do like that, you will be on the same as the actual developers who is currently working. Okay, you might be working on some other technology, but these kind of tools are everyone using in their day to day. Okay, so gets a hands on like this one. Okay, any questions?
No, Harish.